Hey! Welcome to After Dark. Okay, I don't know why I did that. The whole creepy thing. We're not about creepy here at Cross Comics. Well, maybe sometimes. Anyways, let us, share the stream out and all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. We don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure how wonderful, but, there we shared it on the Twitter. We shared it on the Facebook, too. Then we'll grab the link. We'll share it on the parlors. And then we'll share it on the minds, because I have a mind to do so. Okay, post. Okay, and I guess we need to put it in the After Dark spot, and then of course we have to get on, the thing. The thinga. Okay. Anyways, here we go. We are back. Hey, Timothy, what is this? We are coloring up Crankbusters from the other, Tuesday night. So now Rick is German. I don't know what I am. I am crazy. Yeah. Is this good enough for you? Knowing that I am the craziest? I just got a screw loose. Or 2, or 3, or 4, or 10. Okay. So now we're shrinking the canvas. Okay, let's get that. We'll cut, paste it. Are you drawing? I see you're drawing Commander Dork. No, I'm coloring Commander Dork. There is so easy difference, Yes. Okay, so let's see. Here is Crankbuster. We'll use his colors here too. Start getting things done. So I guess we're doing orange first. Actually, I should probably put the orange above. Did he break his arm? No. I know this is a bit off. I probably should take that off right there and lengthen this part. And hello, Eagle. How is everybody tonight? I saw you were over on Lorenzo's stream there for a bit, Timothy. You still over there, or are you fully here? Yeah, no, they were talking with GTA. Yeah, I heard that a little bit. I stepped away for a bit. Came back, seen you over there. As I was Getting ready for the last few. To start up this. And then Yoshi came on, so I was like, I'm out. Cool. You're nice. Well, nice to me. Not so nice to Lorenzo. And Eagle says he's watching, but how are you doing tonight, Eagle? Okay, so let's go Crankbusters. Skin tone. Although we might change the skin tone a little because I'm not sure whether I like this. It looks a little too pinkish, but we'll come back to it after we get things. But hey, Lorenzo was cool. This is just the spot to be. I guess that's good that this is the spot to be. Okay, so we'll go for his pants next. You know what? I think we're going to put layer 4 behind because that'll be the green. That's what she said. Hey, Mullet, how are you? How are you tonight? Sorry, no. Good. Sorry, no problem. I wasn't sure. I've been playing a little bit by little bit. I found a nice mod for it, though. A real nice mod. I'm going to be out for a bit tomorrow night. 6 o'clock till about, probably 10. Well, probably from 5 to 10. Hey, Wise Guy, how are you? There's only me on the panel right now to hail, so guess it's just hailing me. Just pop on to show support. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Maybe later in the day, Saturday, or sometime in the afternoon on Sunday. Why, if it isn't why? I'm going to go find some dinner and then stream later tonight. Cool. So you're close to getting all your cards done then, so we can see that famous box opening and what you're going to put in it all at the same time? Can't wait for that stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and then mark the bell for notifications, and select all notifications so you don't miss a single video. Still on your tripwise, I have all the fronts of all 27 cards. Okay, so you need to do backs, I guess, then? Or are they all going to have backs? I'm now working on the puzzle image on the backs of each of the 3 of 9 sets. And if you do all that, Rick promises never to do that book again. Oh no, I won't promise that, Timothy. Not ever. I could never make a promise like that. When you have all 9 positioned into and turn over. But you have 3 sets of 9. Will each set have something on the back? A puzzle thing on the back? Puzzle image? Or will there just be one set that has that? Wise? I'm trying to get people to go back. How do you know that voice won't attract people, Timothy? You know, just a little bit of crazy. It was. Okay, so I'm going to grab a zipper ball. It scares children and it causes the elderly to die. Yeah, but are there children watching this program? And what do you define as elderly? Because this program is definitely said not to be made. It's not for children. Or not for anybody under 13, so. Looks around. No. Three sets of 9. 1 Phantom Menace characters, 2 Comic Skates characters, and 3 Comic Skate IP. And is there on the Phantom Menace like a big Phantom Menace? The box of each set of 9 will combine. Okay, so that confirms what I was trying to figure out. I don't think so. And who's that say what to? Was no, alas, I didn't get Melvin in. I didn't catch. Oh, don't worry about it. Wise, you had answered my question, so that's why I stopped asking my question. And Eagle says, once again, I watch from the shadows. Well, I think he's got all the creator cards done. At least maybe their characters on one side, and he just needs to get the images of the creators on the other. Oh no! Oh, I'm not sure how that's working for the creator. Comics get creator, and then the next 9 are comics create. Do you know what the puzzle is going to be for each one of those? The backs. What are the 3 different puzzles going to be? Wise. Uh, CG creator and their IP on the same card. So that's not going to be a puzzle. That one or on the back, or are you trying to do the creator and their IP on the same front? Reckon I made a Canadian ornament. I must have been ill. Just some large image, something part of that theme. Okay. Are you going to figure that out ahead of time? E.g., the 9 Phantom Menace cards combined to form a scene involving Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. See, Timothy, you should have got in on this a while ago. You already got all the creators. I haven't figured out the puzzle, what 2 of the other puzzles will be. I'm working on will be, but I'm working to finish Phantom Menace puzzle first. Oh, cool. Maybe what you can do for the giant puzzle, try and figure a way. Might suggest a big picture of all the IPs, since you have the, I would think you have the creator on one side and the IP on the other. You could do what would keep me in mind next time. Yes, yeah. So I was suggesting some sort of big mashup. Both on the same card, side by side, on the same card. Oh, so you have it like. Let me do this. So you'd have it something like. There's a pen. Something like. I'm gonna really make this extra large. Something like. This looks scary. I'll go over it again. Both. So that would be like the front side, and then then you'd have something totally different on the back of this card. And then on this, you might have. But what I'm suggesting is on the back, say, okay, you have like this is card one, and you have like the shield's arm coming over into number two here. So this is mainly would say the shield. But on this card, you'd have, I don't know, I draw over to this. That's you. Yeah. um, I want my eraser. Oh, that's way too big. Okay. So the arm of the Canadian Shield. And then, you know, I'm not sure whether you got John or I didn't think that far ahead. And then, you know, you have like the buckler here. Maybe a bit better, you know, some sort of background in there, clouds or whatever. And then, of course, there'd be a third card, something on the other side here. I didn't think that far away. Just combining all the IPs onto one thing. Yeah, okay, I didn't think that far ahead. Oh, there we go. What's going on over here? Not much. Just coloring up my character from Friday night or Thursday, whatever. Tuesday. There, that's the day. All right, Rick is deciding whether to make the roller skates rocket power. Oh, that I did. Is this the kid or teenager, Rick? He's not a kid. He's probably, I don't know, young adult, mid-20s. Comic, he's supposed to have done trying to be a writer in comic books, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's trying to get real heroes appeared on the scene, so he's figuring if he can get the scoop on these real heroes, it might help him somewhat in his writing, so he can become one of the major writers at the company that he's at. Which is Merge Comics. Rick, is this your self-insert character? Not really. And Sketch, if you want to come on, of course, you know how. Okay, so I need to... Eyes are brown. Okay. Insecto is more my self-insert character. Actually, probably even, Canadian Shield, The Wiz a little bit. They've got, I'd say, probably a little bit of my personality. You have to do something this. You may have to do some. You may be onto something. Sketch character. This character has red hair and brown eyes. Like Rick. Hey, Rick Piper is on. Yes, I am, John. How are you? Not much. Just trying to color this piece up. Hell, please, like, we got that comment again. Thanks for putting that up there, Wise. It's so wise of you. Hey, it's John, the rest of us Dillard. If he's the rest of us, he's one large person. Oh, that's the best of us. Oh, that's... Gotta go find me some grub. No, wait. That is not right. Rick, self-insert is definitely... Rick self-insert is definitely Insecto. Rick didn't like the idea of him being killed by this. Or Snowbank. Oh, right. I thought Snow Just Assassin was the Soviets. George just racks his head. Rick doesn't want to admit that mallet. Makes you feel if it makes you feel better, I'm all out of jokes. Well, that's definitely good. For now, blah. Yes, we figured that, unfortunately. Timothy. Okay, Timothy. The not for now bit wasn't that funny. Feel the pain of horrible puns and jokes. Sorry, Timothy, but that's my job. It's my channel. It's my job for the horrible puns and jokes. It's my job for the good ones, too. It's my job for the sweet burns as well. You're not the one known as the Punisher. I guess Eagle has to think about it being my job. Okay, Dillard. Okay, Dillard, that is all right. I had nothing to do with the jokes. You're right. You had nothing to do with them. I will take all the credit. Rick, why do you say Punisher like Arnold Schwarzenegger when Schwarzenegger never played the Punisher? I don't know, just because it sounds cool to do it like him. I am the Punisher. I know he didn't play the Punisher, but trying to do it a little like the Terminator. Although he never claimed to be the Terminator either, so. Although he played the Terminator. I am the Terminator. It's time to be terminated. Sounds cool. To me it does. Saying, I am the Punisher. And that voice, to me it sounds cool saying it like that. I am the Punisher. I guess like a T1 or like he would say, I'll be back. Maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe the Punisher is playing Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is an interesting question. Could Arnold back in the day play Punisher? No. I don't know if I could see that. Sylvester Stallone could. Yeah, the only reason Schwarzenegger couldn't do it is he probably has too much muscle and the voice. Hello. Who do we have here?
What's up, Rick?
Not much. Yourself?
Not much, just chilling out.
Oh, that's good. Now we seem to need interesting devices.
What have I missed?
Oh, I said Punisher as maybe as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say it, and until it's questioning my reasoning.
So you're saying that Punisher, like you are Arnold Schwarzenegger, why not? Oh, because you were trying to do a Punisher voice, and you sounded like Schwarzenegger, or what?
Well, I was saying I am the Punisher. Something to that effect. I'm ruining it now.
Oh, now you sounded more like Ivan Drago, or a bad Ivan Drago, at least to me. But I think the question is, could Arnold have played the Punisher in the 90s? I mean, in the 80s?
Well, that's what partly came of me doing it.
Nah, I don't think he can. He's actually played him playing the Terminator was kind of chosen for not just his size and stuff, but also for the fact that he kind of is robotic,
Yeah.
like in the way he acts. So it was
Uh,
a fitting character for him.
hello, Mike. How are you? Rick, Rick must break you. Who must they break?
No, he's quote. That's a quote from Ivan Drago from Rocky Four.
Uh,
I must break you. Uh oh, Timothy says that Stallone. I could see that Stallone could have played him, especially like in the 70s or the 80s. Well, when did they create the Punisher though? Was he even around in the 70s? I think he's an
oh
80s or
yeah.
80s.
No, I think he's been around for a lot longer than that.
When was Spider-Man 129? Find out. Amazing Spider-Man 129, right?
I think so. Or just look up Punisher. Get the Wikipedia and find out when he first appeared. Because I think you can trust Wikipedia at least for that. We missed you. Yeah, sorry, I never got by, Mike. Timothy says early 80s.
First published May 30th, 1979. Or was that Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man was like 63 or 65, somewhere around there. Did you find uh Timothy says 74.
Yeah,
Or
February 1974. Yeah, then yeah, he could have played him. Yeah. Oh yeah, a young Stallone. I mean, he did play Rambo, and that's what Timothy was saying. And that's
yeah,
fitting. He actually would have been a perfect, especially if you look at the version from the I want to say it was the mid to late '90s. The one that has his hair slicked back and he's wearing the tight T-shirt with the shoulder mounted holsters for his 245s.
yeah. Timothy's saying he would argue that he got more popular in the 80s. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean the '80s. It's the boom era, man. It's when everything blew up. The '80s are the fat times. Hey, everybody in the chat. Timothy, Mike Walters. It's the first time I see Mike. Hello, Mike.
yeah. I go over to his.
Eagle.
He has a show he calls the Mic Stand. He goes over comic news. Fridays he usually goes over some older comics, reads some older comics. It's a pretty good show he has.
It's in the chat. What's up, Dillard? Yeah, Cobra did come out in the '80s, and Cobra is a Punisher-esque character. I think John Bernthal did the character justice. I wasn't too thrilled about the story as much, but it is like I know like how current day comics they like to change everything and they always like to say it's this version of the character for a new generation. The Punisher from the Daredevil series in Netflix was the defining Punisher for this generation because he was based off of a vet from this generation and this type of war.
Yeah.
So it was done pretty good until they started announcing that it was going to get like very woke in the
Yeah.
second season. So I didn't even bother watching it. I'm like, oh, I'm done with it then.
Did you watch the second season of The Punisher?
Do you mean like extreme how though, Timothy? Timothy, you should get on here because this is a topic I actually like to talk about. Because I've noticed a lot about the '90s. Like when I've gone back to look at it, and I'm like, it must have been because I was a kid. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of stuff that was good, but a lot of stuff that was like it was copy paste. Like let's say was it the Wildcats? Jim Lee's characters from
Yeah,
Image.
I think
They were
so.
pretty much a carbon copy of the X-Men. Barton was Cyclops, and a lot of their character designs were just Marvel characters that they had
Yeah,
worked on.
well, the thing is, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So he's just recreating characters, putting new names and all that to them.
No, no,
Maybe,
no. I'll give you a bit of that one. There is nothing new under the sun. But I mean, when you're blatantly taking the characters that you
yeah.
designed in Marvel and using the same design and giving them new names, I mean, come on, man.
Well, I wouldn't say taking the characters he designed, but yeah.
Well, he designed Cable. What's his name?
Okay,
Like,
okay,
and
Cable.
and then he reused Cable's design like three more times.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Uh,
what I'm saying is more Cyclops or the original X-Men. I guess it
Oh no,
depends
yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
X Men.
That, but yeah, I mean, oh, Liefeld, you used to love to use the Wolverine hair.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, Tim?
Asking, I mean, when I got into liking comic books, it was like just turning the 90s. I mean, my first comic book that I really realized I wanted to do comics was X Force #1. So, I mean, that was kind of my that's kind of like the Image Comics, the early Image comic books was kind of like my thing. It was the grittier, more cooler version of Marvel. I mean, yeah, they were kind of similar, in retrospect, but at the same time, you would have stuff like Spawn number, I think it was 13, where Chapel was revealed that he was the killer,
Yeah.
right? And then then there was Youngblood 10, where he literally wanted to be like Spawn, so he kills himself right in front of Spawn by blowing his head off. And they don't like draw it or in a certain way where you don't see it. They literally 2-page spread of his brains flying out the back of his head. Or like they had like Wildcats #4, where Spartan was all, he had like an arm missing, and he had all the
Gore in it.
yeah. It was the more grittier version of Marvel. It's the stuff they wouldn't show you, and yeah, maybe they were kind of the same, but they were cooler.
Well,
Why I like.
the gore was cooler. That's why I'm telling you. Like when you go back and look at when I've gone back to look at it, it's like it's more member berries than anything else. Because then you start reading it and the story just doesn't hold up, which is why they didn't survive, and they ended
I
up having to sell off
I
royalties
think
to
that's
DC.
no. He well, that's when the thing crashed and he sold out to DC. But I still prefer the earlier Image. I mean, that's why I made characters like Melvin.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't like them or for you not to like them. When something is good or bad isn't based on whether some people like it. Stuff could be successful and still be crap, or be crap and be or be good and not be successful. I mean, artistic films proves that right away. Artistic films are not very successful half the time, but more often than not, when they get to DVD or to like HBO and people see them, they're like, "Man, that was a pretty good movie." Most people have the same consensus that it's a pretty decent film. It's just that
Yeah.
they ain't willing to pay to go see something like that. I go based
And
off whether something
how
is
can you
good or
say
not,
it's crap if people like it though?
because there is a foundation for the medium. Okay,
But if people like it, then how is it crap though?
because it's still, just because people like it doesn't make it good though. Tim, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I'm saying, how if people don't
Yeah.
like it, how is it bad?
Well, I think what he's talking about
That's
is
almost insulting to people who buy stuff.
well,
Well,
Tim. It
that's
comes
why I get
down.
into it with a lot of people, because they don't understand it. Critics and people who are commentators, they see things in a different light. That you okay? It's like when I got into art school that I never went. The guy that saw my portfolio told me, a lot of you guys are different artists, and I see the looks on your faces. I see that you guys are thinking that this artist is better than that artist, and that artist is better than this artist. And goes, and that's not what I'm looking at. I could tell that some of you guys are way miles ahead of each other, of the other guys, right? But what I'm looking at, I'm not gonna tell you how to get better at art by doing that. I'm gonna tell you how to get better at art by letting you see what the mistakes it is you're making, and teaching you to look for those mistakes so you don't make those mistakes. That's how your art will eventually improve more and more. Which is why a lot of times when people are saying, "Well, I don't know what you're saying. What am I doing wrong?" I'm like, "Well, I'm telling you what you're doing wrong, but you're looking at the picture as a whole, or you're allowing people to say I like it just because they like it
Yeah.
doesn't make it good. It's not good because you're still making those same mistakes." And that's the same thing. Perfect example right now is the movie Dune. Dune, that new movie, is not good, not at all, not by a long shot. Anybody that knows about storytelling, it will tell you it's bad. About pacing, even worse. It's practically a J.J. Abrams movie with a lot of shouting and slow motions like the Snyder Cut. It doesn't bother to set up the foundation it's supposed to set up and everything. It's just the fact that people think it's shiny and new and they like it. Eventually, the nostalgia dies out, and you have to stick to the foundations. That's the problem. Once the nostalgia runs out, it no longer has the foundation to stand on. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at. And that's why I said I look back. I used to be a Spawn fan. I could still look at Spawn even though I'm a Christian. I don't don't care for those kind of stories, and look at whether it was good or not. Some parts of it are good, some parts of it are bad. McFarlane's not a great storyteller, but he's not a horrible storyteller. I could tell that's why his outlived the others, as opposed to like Liefeld's works, which Liefeld is not a very good storyteller. He's kind of like, I'm just gonna throw everything out and see what sticks.
I was gonna say it's also the thing is you have to have a standard by which to measure something is good or bad. You can't necessarily just throw out and say it. I think is what sketches saying. There's a standard by what makes things good or bad. It's just in these art forms. It's just like morality. There's got to be a standard somewhere outside of an individual to make it stick. We can't just have all our morality and do whatever we want. Although in art, a lot of people do, and then some people say, what's good or bad based on theirs when not based on some sort of.
That sounds kind of silly to me.
No,
it sounds like you're saying people should judge things by an artist standard, and not everybody's an artist.
Well,
no. That's the way I look at these things.
Right.
Like I've said before, I don't care if you like them. Look at me. I'm a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you could pick that thing apart fairly easily.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's a classic. But I mean, like, the original was like made out of an apartment, and I tried to tell somebody this, and there was like spelling errors here and there, and it's like, dude, this that's why I say, I don't know. I think I kind of agreed with you there.
Hey, Trusty.
Yeah, basically, it's that's people like it being financially successful is basically based on taste, not on whether a thing is done right.
That's kind of what I just said.
Yeah, I know. I was reading the things. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. But that's basically the thing. And again, that's like the thing that I got into with Anglican teams. That I got a little annoyed when he cut me off, and I'm like, what?
Well, here's the thing: is that the stuff that like the early image stuff, I'm like 42, and I still like it the same way I did when I was, early teens.
Yeah, because your taste hasn't changed, and neither has your perception.
Well, I don't know. I think I've added on to it, but I mean, I've always gone back to that.
Well, yeah, but if you've added on, it hasn't really changed. You know what I mean? If you up armor a Humvee, it doesn't make it less of a Humvee. You're just an up armored Humvee. You know what I mean? You're just adding to what you've already liked. I've had to teach myself to produce these things and learn how to draw and things like that. That's when I've started to look at it differently. In fact, art styles that I hated growing up, I actually appreciate now because of their form and their structure and things like that. Someone like Dillard's art. Dillard's art, like a lot of people like it because they're like, oh, it looks nice. And I'm like, yeah, it does look nice. They're like, is that why you like it? I'm like, that among a lot of other things. I like the way he does caricature figures. I like the way he gives personality to each face.
Let's see, hold on. Trusty, Eagle says, Trusty, you should join them and argue with them. Trusty says, what are you talking about? What are they talking about, Eagle? We are, I guess, sort of talking about what makes something good or bad artistically, right? And I guess, like, not just drawing artistically, but...
Yes and no, Dillard. You're right and you're wrong. Financially successful is the primary metric anyone should be concerned with. No one talks about comics they've never heard of. The reason you want to talk about both, Dillard, is because, again, the financially successful ones are the ones that funds that aren't financially successful, but are the ones that push the boundaries and set the new standards. The ones that are more artistically sound or are better in that foundational sense. That mainly only certain types of people will like, but they're going to inspire a lot of the more financially successful ones later on. even though they themselves aren't going to be that financially successful. I kind of coined a phrase called what's that old thing? The Magnavox, that company, Magnavox, I think is it was called. That was an electronics company.
Yeah. Anyways, what about them?
They used to always innovate. They were the high innovators in their field, but they were always the low price ones. And somebody like Sony or General Electric or Panasonic or Zenith would come in and just like wait till the patent ran out and then make a better version, release a better version after that. And they would be the ones that would like, people would be like, oh, have you seen this one? Have you seen that one? You know, and they would buy that one more. And the Magnavox would always be known as the cheap one, even though if you knew anything about electronics back then, they were the ones that first came out with those features. Because that's what they were chasing. And Dillard is right. In the end, they ended up getting bought out by somebody because they weren't as financially successful. But it's got to be a perfect balance in the two. Because without that structure, then you have a pretty mess. Comic book like Lone Star is a very good example of that. There are people who like it, but if you read it, it's like you could put a floppy against it from the 90s and it would get destroyed. Like the structure is a lot better in the way it's done, even though the art might not be as good, but it's a better overall comic.
The one in the 90s.
Again, that's that's an opinion. Some people have said it's a Captain America ripoff.
Yeah, and it really isn't.
Yeah, I would really
consider people. I'd say it's more kind of like almost like, well, yeah, it still comes off like a cheaper Captain America.
No, but what I said was it is an opinion, but it was an opinion based on facts. I can get an old comic and I could put it next to it and I can show you how he messed up. Like just the panel layout that he messed up.
Are we talking about the guy who made
I'm talking about Lone Star.
Lone Star? Yeah. Are we talking about like an early 90s comic?
You can take any early 90s comic and put it up against Lone Star.
Lone Star versus an early 90s.
Well, not any. I'm being way over generalized now because there were bad comics back then. I would say you could take like an early 90s Marvel comic with Jim Lee at the helm or something like that. Just to kind of rub it in because I know I just figured out who I mentioned and I know that person who created Lone Star doesn't care for Jim Lee's art that much. I barely figured that out. But yeah, you can do that. Yes, what Dillard was trying to say with that is that we have a metric by which to measure success, and it's financial. Which in
CG, it's the consumer that is important, right? So shouldn't what's good can be dictated by the consumer?
Yes, it's dictated by the market. But what people don't realize about the market is that the market has ebbs and flows. Or let me put them by what they actually call them in business. It has fads. Remember Pogs?
Yeah, I remember Pogs.
Exactly. That is a fad.
But so things come back, so what does that say about
Pogs haven't come back?
Pogs could.
Let's see, what's it called? Bell bottoms have come back, 3 times since they were created? And Pogs have come back how many times?
Well, I don't know. I don't think yet.
It was rhetorical. They've never come back.
Eagle
with the advent of technology. Fidget spinners, Eagle. Yeah. Hold on. I got something to deal with.
If only Dillard would get in here and school you.
No, me and Dillard had a rant about something earlier.
Come on, Dillard, get in here and school this fool.
How's he gonna school me?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
To try to fight your battles, Tim. You're a writer. You should be able to run circles around him.
Well, the other thing too, I think we have to realize is
I've already made my point.
Success does not determine whether something is good or not, because that'd be like saying might makes right.
Success, monetary success.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that we still even remember Image comic books, and a lot of people do, early Image would say something too. So
Well, yeah, but that again, that's due to taste. That's not due and it's due to the financial success they had. It's not due to okay. You know what the metric for what something is good or bad was originally? It used to be the critics. It used to be the awards you would get. That's what that was for. But now that's gone to crap because they've been rigged for so long.
forever they'd always pick a movie that you've never heard of.
Fine, confident. For some reason, I imagine dinner like some one of those Japanese wife was going fight to fight to fight to.
Shut up.
Successful than Solomon Kane, but Kane is obviously better. You know, I've never read Solomon Kane, Eagle, but I did enjoy Conan the Adventurer cartoon when I was younger. And Solomon Kane, the movie,
Gee,
bombed.
is that based on taste?
Yeah, because I actually like the cartoon better than the Schwarzenegger movies, even though the Schwarzenegger movies were more true to the comic.
Did you say Snicker movies?
Schwarzenegger movies.
I'm not gonna even.
Arnie movies.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that. It's gonna come out wrong.
Knowing Eagle Dillard, it's a pulp of some kind.
And he puts a link in the chat for Dillard to find out what Solomon Kane is, most likely. Yeah.
Wasn't that the basis of Indiana Jones was on Solomon Kane? No, Solomon Kane was
I'm not
a less.
versed.
Oh wait, Solomon Kane. No, I know Solomon Kane. That was a character that was less popular than Conan, but it was he took more time on it. He took more time on that character than Conan. Yeah, I'm thinking of some other character.
I've never read Solomon Kane, so who cares if it's good or bad? It is irrelevant. Well, an argument can be made for both sides that it's irrelevant or that it is relevant.
Yeah.
Kind of like when
It's irrelevant to
told
Dillard.
that Superman, a lot of the Superman storyline and character is based on what's his name? Rick?
Doc
Pulp
Savage.
Doc Savage. There you go. Which I've yet to go back and read or listen to the pulps on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that Eagle will drop a link now that I've mentioned it. Whether it is good or bad is
Maybe DC will make a gay Doc Savage.
no, and that's still a good way to think, Dillard, because that's gonna keep you fed and keep you paid. Again, it's why the creators of the Ninja Turtles didn't just like go work on whatever else they wanted to work on. They kept working on the Turtles. Or why certain books keep getting worked on because of the fact that they sell.
Actually, Mirage Studios actually.
I was going to say, or somebody wants to try and make them work.
Mirage Studios actually did try to put out other books than Ninja Turtles. It's just that the Ninja Turtles were more popular.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hard. Just look at Dreamwave. Dreamwave had what? Transformers, Ninja Turtles, and G.I. Joe, and all these other things, and they still went under.
Yeah, I think they had some sort of internal problem with artists or something I heard.
Hold on. I'm still thinking about what Dillard is saying. It says on a list of what is important, whether it is good or bad, is like fourth. But think about it in your art. Are you gonna draw bad art? Wouldn't that get you less jobs? So you want your art to be good, right? Not just to sell. It has to be good in order to sell. But the better it is, it sells better.
But then money. You kind of contradict yourself because Bob Liefeld got hired right out of high school with no formal training. He got handpicked by the editor-in-chief.
And Home Alone made millions of dollars. What's your point?
The point is,
the sun shines on a duck's butt some days.
Well, just that he was handpicked by the guy in charge of Marvel at the time. So I mean,
Well,
and
maybe he was that good back then. I don't know. In what was around.
yeah, but I'm just saying that's not too bad for somebody just right out of high school.
True. You get your prodigies, for lack of a better word. I'm not
At
sure
the
whether.
same
Would
at the
not
same
call Rob
time,
Liefeld a prodigy.
Pardon?
I would not call Rob Liefeld a prodigy.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really trying to call him a prodigy.
I think he gets shit unfairly though.
No, he definitely earned that reputation. I actually like the guy, like as a person, and that's weird. Like both him and Malin, I don't really care for their art that much. But as people, I think they're really cool people, and I love the way that they treat their fans and the people that buy from them. You know, their customers. I think they're really, really well business minded and really good people. Like I'm pretty sure they have a lot of friends that because of stuff like that. But Liefeld, there was a point in his career where he was just phoning stuff in. Like you look at his early stuff at Marvel, and he was okay. And then when he's the further along he went in Marvel, he did even better. Before he moves to Image, when he uh, right when he makes the move to Image, he's doing fairly well still. Then all of a sudden he starts turning things in late. His art starts to suffer, and then when he makes the jump back to Marvel because he needs the money, he starts to phone it in so bad that you get that Captain America that he's known for. He started doing a lot of stuff like that, which is why making sure that it is good should not be fourth down the list. It has to be good regardless. He didn't get a good job for a while after that crap he started pulling in the 90s. Then the fans brought him back. You know, his fans from the early 90s and mid 90s and stuff. And he started doing stuff like G.I. Joe and stuff like that. And now he's actually done very well. And I actually like his art because it's improved a lot. And I'm like, oh,
Dillard says everything I create is geared toward what's going to be the most financially successful.
Boom.
And that has to be towards what he thinks people think is going to be good.
yeah, that's the thing because there's an accounting for
Again,
taste.
boom.
No, there's accounting for taste. You think everybody's gonna like Dillard stuff?
I guarantee you there's a few people that probably don't.
Exactly. I'm not saying I don't. I personally like his.
Yes,
He's he's one of the artists that's like rare that like I like him as a person and as his in the art. I don't like all his art, but I don't have to agree with it either.
Well, Eagle says, "What's the future of art, Dillard?" Well, it's like I think almost all of us would uh, say something like you take a blank canvas and throw just paint on it willy nilly and then try and sell that for thousands of dollars. Would any of us say that's good art?
That's what everyone who creates strives for. Some are more successful than others, but everyone is trying to make the most money, be the best. Everyone is trying to be the tippy top.
Yeah, well, I mean, is
That's not.
what I'm talking about is there's no thought
No,
that
I was
goes
reading
in.
Dillard. I was Dillard that said that. I was
Oh,
reading
okay.
Dillard.
Well, that's called competition.
Yeah, but not all artists think like that. By the way,
Yeah, but I was saying,
Well, they should.
but as I
they should
was
think somewhat like that.
as I was trying to say, would any of
Sorry.
us call those people that just throw paint on a canvas willy nilly? Would any of us call that good art?
No, that's modern art. I don't like modern art or expressionism either. I'm a
Yeah,
fan of commercial art, but I do like traditional, like what you call it?
yeah,
Trying to think,
but the art can be.
Renaissance. I like Renaissance art. I like traditional based art. I like
That's
Rembrandt,
not comic book art,
Raphael.
though.
Yes, I'm telling you, I like that. But I also like commercial art because I was trained in commercial art. I always thought that artists should make money with their work. But I'm also not about like overpricing stuff either. Some people overdo it. It's kind of like the flaws you see in parts of the economic systems. Why they do that? I'm like, no, that's why there should be a limit. I don't mind somebody like Jim Lee, like McFarlane, like Greg Capullo, charging me, even EVS, charging me thousands of dollars for a comic book cover. Their art is going to be worth it, and it will move the product. But there are other artists who, I've been on like the top digital book, and I've been on this and that, and I'm like, I look at their stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but it's all mid-tier stuff. Like, you never worked on the top book by yourself. You're never a top-notch guy. You didn't get Batman, with a prolific writer and you as the artist on Batman or Superman or Spider-Man or X-Men or Avengers or Justice League. Well, I got Justice League. I go, yeah, the digital version based on the video game. You didn't get a Justice League run. So you could use that Justice League. I'm not trying to be mean, but if I look at you like an editor or a publisher, I'd be like, there's only two reasons why people get that. Either you're on your way in and you need to prove your worth, or you're on your way out and they need to give you something.
Okay, Gillett says, Rick thinks that his universe, if given the chance and art exposure, is the best Christian thing you can buy and put in front of your kids, and everyone is trying to blow up. I'm not sure. Everyone is trying to blow up. Well, I think I'm the best out there for Christian comics anyways. I may not be the best quality yet. The only one that I know is coming close to me and is actually really anime, I gotta admit, is Grok Comics at the moment. Any other Christian comic company for superhero? Hero Shack is good, but they're not really, and they are Christians, the creators, but I don't think they're really considering themselves a Christian comic company. I could be wrong. There's going to be a little bit of Christianity here and there in their comic books, but it's not its main focus. I know what you're going to say, Rick. Rewrote. I know. I reread what I wrote. You're saying what I think about my own comic verse. And you said, of course, given the chance and art and exposure. Yeah.
What's up, Rebellious?
Hey, Rebellious. You're right. Given those extra things, You're right. I do believe once my universe is fully functional, for lack of a better way of saying it, it'll be the best thing that you can put in front of your kids, or even adults too.
I just want to entertain people, really.
Ego wants Rebellious to time him up.
I mean, I suppose some people will like the comic books that I put out, and like some of the artists I hire for the book, and maybe some people won't.
Hold on. Yes, Dillard, Rick does want to be the tippy top, but he doesn't want to be the tippy top of Christian comics for the purpose of making more money than other Christian comics. It's for the purpose of passing the message that it is his books.
Well, it's a little. I'll say it's a little bit of both, because I would like to make money. I'd like to make a living at this. I can admit that.
Yes, but I'm not talking about not making a living. I'm talking about beyond making a living, because that's what Dillard is saying. In other words, like millions over hundreds of thousands, or hundreds of thousands over thousands of dollars.
I always try to aim for the top. I don't think I'll ever get to the top, but I always try.
Yeah. Well, Dylan says he told you Rick thinks he's putting out what he is putting out would be the tippy top. Yeah, but That's based on having done a little bit of research, John. There's no Christian company putting out comics on a monthly basis, and they're definitely not superhero except for, like I can't say, Gruck Comics. And he's not even monthly yet, but he's a lot closer than I am. I'll admit that. What was I saying? You know, everything that I've seen out there, there's a lot of good stuff out there, but they're putting out stuff, one or two, if you're lucky, one a year. And if I got to where I'd want to be, I'd be putting out stuff every month. Sort of, that would end up making me the tippy top. Maybe it was right. Everyone is putting out what they think is going to take them to the top. Rick's chat will be tippy top of most chats on YouTube. He goes right. I have no question where I am at the moment. I have on my comic stuff. I know I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Everybody just puts a rainbow in my chat.
I think those are pride flags, for whatever reason.
When I see a rainbow like that, to me, it just reminds me of God's promise not to flood the world. Because that's where that's God created the rainbow, and that's what He created as a symbol of. Rick,
Anyway.
You should promote your chat, Rick.
Any news on Elric?
Not lately. I haven't seen him for a good week.
So, I got a question for Sketch. The artwork that for the upcoming Melvin 2 and Melvin 3, what do you think of them?
It's been a while since I've seen it. It's the stuff on Indiegogo or is it on my
As well,
it's mailing list, so.
Yeah, so it's for Melvin 2, you've probably seen the pre-launch, and I've posted artwork for Melvin 3 that Rick's actually inking.
Oh, the stuff that Rick's inking looks good. I liked it. In fact, I don't have a problem with the artwork on your books. I even like the one on the first one.
Let's see.
Honestly, I noticed a change. He's working on Melvin half. I noticed a change since he's done tattoo. I guess he's doing tattoo work. Somebody noticed that it's gotten just a little bit better than the first issue.
Cool.
It was just an observation they made.
Let's see. Dillard says, "I understand, Rick. I know you. You want to be the go-to books because you think you're the only one out there with the correct perspective on Christian content. Whatever the reason you're aiming up." I wouldn't say it's because I wouldn't say it's because I want to be the go-to book for Christian stuff. I wouldn't say it's necessarily because I think I have the most
getting stronger.
Correct. I wouldn't think it's because I have the most correct perspective, because I know some of my theology is probably wrong. And also I know that I'm going to be putting things into my comic books that most Christian theologians will disagree with. Probably most things, like I'm going to put aliens in my books and all that, And I know that'll tick a lot of Christians off out there. And then, probably other things that I'll probably put in my books too, ideas or whatever. But you're right. I'm aiming for the top. That's for sure. I want to be.
Doesn't it feel good to admit it?
I've admitted that all the time, so I want to be the best in Christian comics out there. Yeah, that I can admit. And even more than just Christian comics, if you will, because I've always said that I wanted it be the. Maybe not so much anymore, I should say this, but I used to say I want it to be the top three. Marvel, DC, and Cross.
So, Sketch, are you making a book?
Not right now. I'm working on my art.
I see. I see.
I don't want to put out subpar product if I put any product out.
Yeah, you've heard of the band The Ramones, right?
Heard of them, yes. The only song I know by them is Sedated.
Right, but they had a philosophy of actually like they would practice, but they would actually go out and play gigs as they were progressing. So they started off pretty mediocre to being, I think they were pretty decent towards the end of their career. I mean, they tried to have a number one album. I think they got as high as like 17. Like the Bad Brains would start off just wanting to play fast, but the older they got, the more they wanted to play better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Joshua's here and says, "What the heck? Superheroes aren't biblically accurate?" Well, that's not necessarily true because you have people like Samson in the Bible and supernatural strength. You have Elijah, Samuel. Who else? There's a whole bunch in the
Samson
Old
would
Testament.
probably be the only one because the other ones are doing God's bidding. Samson was giving physical health as a power due to the fact that he was chosen from birth, and that's why it was bound to his hair. He wasn't given his powers back until he pled God to God
Yeah,
for them, even though because he was a lot of the stuff that happened to him was of his own doing.
yeah. But I just more mean like if you look, I think it is Elijah who called down fire from
Oh, so you
heaven.
read Dillard's comment.
Joshua, please tell Tim no one cares about the life and times of the Ramones.
Hey, tell Dillard that I don't care that he doesn't care about the life and times of the Ramones. Be sure to tell him that.
But I guess it depends on how you're defining
You're telling
heroes.
me to download my PDF, and they didn't even give me a link to the PDF.
Well, Mother Trucker.
Yeah, because I looked up Tim, and Tim Lim came out. Because I backed that Common America on somebody was telling me and this and that. I wanted to scope it out. It was the Omnibus Digital for $10. I'm like, I could spend $10. I don't really care.
Have you gotten it yet?
Well, he said to download it by Friday, but I don't see usually there's a link to the PDF.
Well, make sure you let them know. You just have to maybe show your receipt and all that. Let them know that. Hey, I didn't get the link.
May have to look on Kickstarter. Says it might be in the Kickstarter messages. More work. Anyway.
You tell him that I don't care, that he don't care, that I don't care.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was just going to be like. Oh.
Boom.
Timothy says, your opinion is not relevant, Dillard.
And Eagle continues to think.
Well, Dillard's opinion is relevant to himself. May not be relevant to you, but it's irrelevant to himself.
His opinion on what? The Ramones?
Yeah.
And I guess in the end, that's all that really matters to him. So that's good for him.
Oh, doggone it. I thought this was... Okay. Did this already come out?
I don't know a single Ramones song. I must say I probably know one. And I'm not even sure whether you consider it a song.
Touche, Dillard. Touche.
Dillard says, yes, your Thanksgiving is next week, Rebellious. Dillard says, I've never heard of Timothy Olsen. Ergo, he and all his opinions are irrelevant. Well, how could you have never heard of him when you're conversing with him right now? Sort of.
And he's conversed with me in the past, so therefore he's a liar. Ergo, henceforth.
Yes, the only Ramones song.
Now and forever.
The only Spider-Man song that a Ramones song that I know is when they did the opening for Spider-Man in the 90s. Theme song.
You forgot when they sang happy. You forgot when they sang "Happy Birthday" to Mr. Burns.
No, I don't remember that. I never watched The Simpsons on a regular basis. So.
God, this chat's full of lames.
And I'm not in the chat. I didn't get thrown under that bus.
Nope, you didn't.
I don't know what you were talking about, but I'm tired of getting thrown in with the mix.
Dylan says, how can I what? Who is talking? Rick is going to draw the Canadian Shield hunting a turkey as a Superman.
And thus, Dillard's dementia started setting in.
Dementia. It's dementia. Did he mention you at all? No, he can't remember me.
Ooh. So what's new, fellas?
New York, New Hampshire, New Jersey.
The bonds.
To learn it, here it goes, says Eagle.
Seems like most of the action's happening in the chat and not in here.
Well, at least it's happening somewhere. At least someone's getting some action.
Not the type of action I was referring to.
Yeah, well, that nobody's getting.
Oh, what I was referring to, Tim. Yes,
I don't know what any of us are. I don't know what any of us are referring to.
Who are all these nobodies? Why should I care what any of them are saying? I don't know, John. You'll have to tell me. Why you should care.
Wow, I got a free comic book for waiting patiently for a comic book.
Really? Where do you get that?
One called 47 Furious Tales, issue 1. Given to me by Larry Higgins.
Oh, hey, LP.
One, is there a sketchbook? One is a sketchbook. Another is a comic. Oh, and the last one is some photographer. Okay, I have. Oh, what? That's what he's saying. Yeah. Eagle is saying one is a sketchbook, another is a comic, and the last one is a photographer. How is Timothy Olsen a photographer? Get me in. Sketch.
Photograph. Yeah. How am I a photographer?
You
The hell
just
is?
are, man. It's his story. Let him tell his truth.
Yeah,
Well,
but
then he's a
Ego,
liar.
right? It's ego, right?
we need to understand his truth first.
I download this? Yeah, I did.
So what did you get from Tim Lim? Was it for $10?
Oh, that was Common America Omnibus. First 4 issues. Digitally. Did you just love digital? Know how much that would have been physical?
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking
What if
out
I don't
loud.
like the book? See? That's to do digital.
Eagle says, "Oh wait, that's Jimmy Olsen." I don't know the other guy.
Oh god, I'm trying to think. Oh, that's what I was doing in my mail. I was looking for Timothy Olsen. No relation?
Are you looking for my Twitter account?
No, no, no. I I'm on the mailing list for the Melvin books. So I have that art that you shared.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I mean, I could send you like
Whatever happened to that artist that you said fell through?
Oh, Andrew. He only did 2 pages, and then I hired Vic, and then I guess Vic's. I should be getting the pages. I guess Sunday.
Dude, I like Vic's artwork. I was giving him the business earlier, and then I was telling him about his Superman, and he didn't get what I was saying, so I ended up having to drop it because I kept pushing it too far.
Yeah,
Oh, was it about it? It was about the arms.
Well, just the size in general, he was too small. I mean, he drew him big, but Superman is like a very big character. Like he's borderline bigger than your basic superhero. Like he's almost on that border to becoming a hulking character. That's why I always say that he's like a mass of humanity. The dude's built like a Mack truck, built like a defensive end in football. I mean, he's a corn-fed mule. He's a country bumpkin. He's supposed to be very large. And he said he was large, and he's like, go look up this guy's Superman and that guy's Superman, and all of them had one thing in common: they all were big,
yeah,
bigger than his.
That's the character for you. You should make a character called Super Redneck.
yeah,
For me,
yeah.
Yeah, Super Redneck.
Here's a Vic King did a Snowdrift.
yeah, I liked his Snowdrift.
I'm showing it to people in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Vic.
Yucky, we're telling him that all his girls' faces look alike, and now I can't unsee it.
And
Better picking on him.
and Vic offered this to me, and I bought it, so I'm getting this in the mail soon.
Well,
So
that's good. He needs to make
so
money.
he redrew all the pages, but he was able to do it fast because he has a light table. So I think we're all caught up this Sunday.
So what are we looking at? When are you launching this campaign?
As soon as the script is finished, I hire. I actually want to see what it looks like to have someone else write the dialogue. So Fizzgiggity, Piper, she's writing that. I have to send the rest of the pages past page 10, so she can finish that up.
I think I've heard of her. I've never seen her or met her.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's pretty cool. And then I want to make sure that I want to have the script go through a little bit of editing to make sure it's perfect. And then I'm gonna send it to my.
Viewers.
Oh man.
It was probably Dillard and somebody else.
Oh well. We haven't really lost anybody.
Probably rebellious.
Oh.
Rebellious is
It doesn't.
usually active in the chat.
Oh. I hope she wasn't offended.
What? I don't think you said anything wrong.
I don't know. So
I like
I
her
have my
animation. Dude, they're getting better. I even told her the last time she's up like her assets for her animations. They look nicer.
Oh, I'll have
oh,
to.
okay.
You should check it out, Rick.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna have my letter word the book after I think it's been formatted properly, and then I guess I should have a book ready to go. And I don't want to launch until it's ready because I see a lot of problem with people like they fund the book and then they have to finish the book, and that's probably why a lot of them are late getting the
We
books
should
out.
do a physical copy of the first
Yes,
of the first one again.
I'm gonna offer the first one another chance to get issue one.
Yeah, because I only got the digital, and I'm thinking of getting the physical one from you this time around.
All right. But you're gonna be getting the second issue with it.
Yes, I'm probably gonna get you get some fan art once I start doing my stuff. I'm already starting to set up my recording stuff, and it's just we got a lot of stuff to clean at the house, so I don't have a dedicated area to just like leave alone,
Right.
so I could go and film and stuff like that. But I'm also very fat, horribly morbidly obese, and I'm getting fatter because I got sick and I can't be exercising as much. So I want to do like early morning sketches where I go for my walk and I'm gonna put my backpack on and take like my tablet or my sketchbook,
I need
record
need to
myself
get
sketching
back
in
into
the park.
kind of losing weight too. You get the older you get, the harder it is.
Yeah. I need
Yeah, I
to.
know.
I'd like to lose some poundage too, as well.
Well, anyway, yeah. And Melvin 3 is like at page. It's gonna page 9 is being worked on.
Producing both at the same time.
Melvin 3 will be ready as soon as the second Melvin campaign is fulfilled. So it'll be like having a bullet in the chamber ready to go.
That's the way to do it.
Huh? Head out there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What the hell was that?
That's my son.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was like a sound bite from like a Rocky movie.
You're welcome.
It was like that. I was like, is that like a? Does he have like a soundboard like queued up? I'm sorry. That's what I honestly thought that for a second.
Same here.
Oh, he's autistic. He's like that.
I know, but I didn't know it was him. I honestly thought it was a sound bite from a movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could be coding a movie for all I know, but he does that like he starts to. It's a coping mechanism, and then I forget that he's behind me, and I'm already used to it. So I
Yeah.
catch myself.
Is it like a nervous tick or something where something kind of triggers it?
No, there is those. He does have those, but it's more like it's just his way of like entertaining himself.
Oh, all right.
Like he can have an entire conversation by himself.
I've had those too.
Yeah, I know. I've had that too. Wow, the chat got pretty quiet.
Yeah, it did.
No, right?
Well,
Get Dylan back. Quick, get Dylan back here to insult us.
I don't think Diller was insulting me. He was just disagreeing with me.
No, I'm talking
He's
about me. I'm talking about me. It's like, okay, get Dylan back here to insult me. At least when he was doing that. Not really. He was just joking around. But still, when he was, people were talking.
Read where he said, "Who are all these nobodies, and why should I care what any of them are saying?" Because you're the one that bothers to watch. Where's Wise Guys? He was here earlier. I saw him in the chat.
Yeah,
I snuck in here and snuck out.
he had to go grab something. He went to grab something to eat. And then he's going to be on later tonight, he said, doing his own stuff.
Yeah. He's usually on fairly late, so.
Eagle says Fan Edition is doing Ghostbuster art.
I saw Amaranth drawing the Ghostbusters Grove with that was very buxom.
That you know what? I should keep an eye out what they're doing on there. I could actually some day have be on there drawing whatever and have it here on my channel as well. Just mute all that, or can I? Well, mute you guys to them. I'm not sure I do that, whether keep the audio coming from them or not.
So you're gonna do like more like movie viewing here on your Discord? Those are always fun.
Pardon?
Who does movie viewing on Discord?
I did it a while back, but I stopped doing it. I might start doing it again every so often.
I mean, those are kind of fun, especially if the worse the movie, the funner it is to watch.
Yeah, well, we had bad movie Saturdays and then good movie Sundays. A few of us showed up. Not always, but...
See. Well, this was fun. I'm gonna go back into the chat.
Okay. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so now what shall we talk about?
Well, I'm looking at posts here, and What About posted a all-female cover for G.I. Joe 283. And they have a female version of Snake Eyes on here. And I'm like, Jinx is on this cover already. Why did they put a female Snake Eyes? And a female version of Duke. Like, G.I. Joe already has good female characters. Well, female characters. I don't know if they're good female characters.
Well, good enough to put on a cover anyways. How was I right about everything? G.I. bitch. G.I. Joe. Wouldn't it be G.I. Jane then instead of G.I. Joe?
Yeah, that's what he put G.I. Jane on there.
G.I. Joe, a real American. Zero.
Yeah. I'm just fighting words where I come from.
Yeah, in some ways I liked the first G.I. Joe, but I didn't. It didn't have enough of...
The movie or the cartoon?
Oh, the live action movie.
Eagle has turned into a purple little alien. I was supposed to cover my mic or something. My bad. I am a little tired.
We'll forgive you this time. Maybe.
He is a Moonanite.
Oh, I finally. Did you see the new Spider-Man thing from a few days ago?
The trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting money on the fact that they're trying to make it look like somebody else is gonna save Mary Jane or not Mary Jane, MJ, whatever her character's name is, and it's gonna be false. Like everybody's saying that Garfield is in it, and Garfield is saying he's not in it, and that Tobey Maguire is in it,
Well, I
and
seen whoever the Spider-Man was there trying to catch her. I saw Venom appear behind them, so to speak.
no, that's the Spider-Man that's trying to catch her is Tom Holland.
Yeah,
He jumped off her right after her.
yeah, but as their hands are coming almost together, behind their hands you see Venom.
Yeah, Venom's in there, but it's the Venom from the Tobey Maguire movies. Because you
Yeah.
also see the I think the Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man, or
No,
is it
from the
Amazing?
first one. No, from the Tobey Maguire.
No, you see both of them because the other one has hair. His hair's showing. He doesn't have the helmet on
No,
when they
listen.
show him flying fast.
No, there wasn't a goblin in the Andrew ones.
Yes, there was.
No.
That's who killed. That's how
No,
what's
you
his
had
name dies.
you had the lizard.
Electro and Green Goblin were the
Uh,
villains in the second one.
oh, oh yeah, but it was Harry, wasn't it? That it
Yes, it was
wasn't
Harry.
her, not
Well,
Norman.
Harry was the Green Goblin even in the third.
Well, he's just considered the Goblin in the third one with Toby.
Yeah, Sandman's in it too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of checking it out. Forgot what else is coming out in December. I kind of want to go check out. I haven't gone to see Carnage yet.
No, I haven't seen that either. I might,
Yes, pastry. He was very concerned.
I
Said
might,
so on street.
I might sail the high seas and get a couple movies. Maybe watch them in my Discord with people if they want to come
The
watch.
high seas, or you're gonna sell the Great Lakes.
Sure, that too. Either way that you want to put it. It's not like I can go to movie theaters at the moment, so. My government
How
has.
is Rebel Donut rebellious? How is Rebel Donut doing?
What drug lingo was I using, Timothy?
So, what are these characters' powers, Rick?
Oh,
What
he
does this
did.
guy do?
He really has no powers. He's a bumbling. Like I said, he's or man, I'm not sure if you heard or not. He is like a comic book writer. He's working for one of the main comic book company in my thing, but he's on like a lower title.
Mm-hmm.
And to try and maybe get himself some good stories or whatever, he decides he has the bright idea of dressing up as a superhero and trying to get some scoop on the new heroes, for to pitch stuff for thing for the comic company, books or whatever. I'm not sure exactly. So
Timothy says he can stop a bullet with his chest. The catch is he can only do it once. That joke. I can't say nothing to Tim about that one because I used to laugh at that joke. That joke was from Daffy Duck did it in one of the Looney Tunes. Remember when
I think
he drinks all the explosive chemicals, the nitroglycerin and all that, and then he shoves the match in his mouth, and they're like, "That's a great trick. We'll definitely hire for you that." He's like, he comes back like as a spirit and tells them, "Yeah, but the problem is I can only pull it off once."
but yeah, so he puts himself together a pathetic costume here. But the only thing he has going for him is he's sort of made his rollerblades somewhat rocket powered. Maybe I'll have somebody have done that. Maybe I'll have even somebody to have made up the other stuff that he's got. Like he's got he's gonna have like a water gun that with some he can fill with whatever liquid in, not water usually. Ping pong balls that have something in. Maybe glue or something. They explode and he puts glue out. Yeah, I think.
And he's a Christian.
Yeah. Well, he's a Christian, but also, most of the heroes appearing out are Christians, so he's trying to make sure he appears like a Christian hero, superhero as well, because, again, trying to earn their trust, Do they all have a cross on their chest? What? Do all who have a cross on their chest? My heroes? No. I think only like 2, maybe 3 have a cross on their chest.
Snowdrift. This guy.
Yeah. And there's one other, Student Wiz, but she's a 1940s superhero. Or Second World War superhero. There might be another 1 or 2. Not so big name in my universe. Anyways, here's his powers and skill. Alex has a great knowledge of journalism and comic books, which is really no help at all, except to usually get some villain even madder at him. As Crankbuster, he has a wide variety of non-lethal weapons in his arsenal. The first one of which is the most powerful water gun to date that can be filled with a variety of liquids. Obviously something that's not going to melt it or whatever. Non-lethal. Another is a ping pong ball shooter with the ping pong balls filled with various liquids and chemicals, and sponge ball grenades filled with water. To get around, he has his own design of rollerblades. He also has glue grenades. Crankbuster has absolutely no hand-to-hand combat skills and defensive skills either. Thus, he is very vulnerable to attack. He's supposed to be comic relief. He might end up taking some, Y type things for self-defense. The superheroes hire lawyer man. Rick, this guy earns heroes' trust. Their origin stories and Brendan prints them in the comics, which villains read to discover hints to their identities. Well, he would never reveal their identities, but, he would, other stuff he might, think, and he might not so much put it into the character that he, like he first appears in Electride #5, so he's trying to make friends with Electride, that one. So maybe seeing how she works with her powers, it inspires him in his writing for how a character that he has to work with electrical powers and that. So this guy,
very, very tired.
so this guy is a menace trying to bring down superheroes. I wouldn't call him a menace. But yeah, he's probably more getting in the way. But he's actually helping her try and take on Ape, the 20-foot, the 40-foot ape in the first issue that he's in, and somehow he's gonna accidentally be the cause of Ape being defeated. I want him to be a bit goofy of a character, at least especially when he's out there fighting.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm thinking of? I don't know if you've ever seen that anime One Punch Man.
I haven't seen that yet. No.
If you ever watch it, there's a character named
Character named.
I think his name is Kamen Rider. Let me look him up.
Let's see what's it. Timothy says, "Your Honor, these superheroes did not give credit permission to write down or review
Kamen
this."
Rider is that old show.
Eagle says, "Oh, they're making up lawyer man to be able to sue on behalf of the hero."
Moomin Rider is his name. And he's like normal. He has no superpower. He doesn't know how to particularly fight well, and his like shtick is that he's just an armored up bike rider. But he's got ideals for justice. But he tends to be comic relief. That's who I think about when I see this character.
Yeah. I have got the idea of doing the whole comic relief with this guy. Originally, he had a different name, and he looked a lot different. I was calling him Pollution Buster, and then I changed it to Crime Buster. But I got the idea of the fumbling over himself hero from with no real abilities from when DC did the imprint Impact Comics, and there was a character in there called Bob Phantom, loosely based on Archie's superheroes, although he was nothing like the Bob Phantom from Archie Comics. But it made me think of that, and he looks like a clown because of his hair. Because his hair is red, he looks like a clown. And his wacky color scheme, says John. He looks like the trickster. All Rick's color schemes are wacky. Thank you. Thank you very much, Timothy. I try very much.
So what's this on his wrist again?
Um, I'm not sure exactly. I was thinking it was going to be some sort of readout thing, probably like a Well, probably nowadays it'd be like a tablet or somehow he fashions it to his wrists. I'm not sure whether it's any sort of functional or just to make it look good.
No, I think he meant that you killed his joke by adding to it, Tim. Some of our guys had to chase a homeless guy out of the tanning salon next door because the only person there was a dainty girl. Also, my co-workers pretended to flirt with each other. I think my co-workers are actually gay. Laugh out loud. Oh well, Dillard will live. Dillard won't just live; he will thrive. It's the Dillard way. Oh, Rick, did you
Yeah.
happen to see that James is back to streaming and stuff? James Race.
Oh, well, I'm not streaming. I've seen him put up videos, but yeah.
I don't know if he's on streaming on the other channel or not. I used to have his other channel. I don't think I do anymore. I stopped.
Hmm.
I stopped subbing to a lot of things when I don't watch it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Every so often I go through my
All right. Says Elias Pastry said my coworkers decided to staple each other's backsides. Shirts folded in themselves. Yeah, I remember we used to do stupid things like that at work. Yeah, you never want to start like pranking or anything like that at work because it just gets carried away after a while. Let me guess, you must work with guys, right? Rebellious? Finally, that one landed, Tim. What background are you going to do on this one?
I don't know. Just trying to
Right.
do, I guess, some sort of sidewalk here. Other than that, I'm not sure.
Eagle says, I'll give a nickel to support Dillard's joke, Dillard's joke cause.
Put him in a courtroom in Kenosha, laugh out loud, says
Timothy.
Timotei.
Timothy. You should use a gradient, Rick, for a background. Just
Yeah.
draw a sidewalk and then use a gradient for the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Come on. I remember when that character first came out. Everybody looked at us weird. We're laughing at that. Do you know where that reference is from, Rick?
what?
The Timmy
No.
from South Park. Yeah, I like the character, but you play that in certain like family gatherings or something like that, and they're like, "What are you guys laughing at?" And then we showed them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are so wrong." What? It's funny to us. I stream every Monday. Laugh out loud. Did you unsubscribe to my channel? No, because I watch your channel. I don't always comment, but I'll dip in and out of the stream, watching the stream. I did it. I don't think I did. Let me check. I'll make sure that I'm still subscribed. No, I'm still sub. Yeah, I, the last thing I watched was your. No, I think I watched a little of your stream on Monday, but I know I for sure watched the I was dumb again sandwich story. Make sure to include on the sidewalk Crimebusters' greatest nemesis, a small stone. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I didn't think about that. Oh, I ate it so many times when I was learning how to rollerblade. Where no, my brother and my friends were like, "I can't believe you don't have a bruise on you or nothing. You're not even wearing pads. Does that hurt?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, it hurts. I'm going pretty fast sometimes when I eat it." I never bothered to try to learn any tricks though, man, because I kept falling just trying to go fast.
Yeah, I might put him as a bit of a, knowing, he's got the rollerblades. He might be semi good at that.
Mm-hmm.
It might make
Been
sense.
cripple fight.
Cartman cripple fight. I mean,
I'm thinking of all the stereotypes that come in there, and even I think my kids, my kids' friends told him that he needs to be the guy that plays the bass in their band. If y'all catch it, if you catch the reference to that eagle.
Timothy says at equal attention, shoppers, we have a cripple fight outside.
I think that's one of the episodes. Rebellious says, "Yeah, I am the closest thing to a girl in shop today." My one of my best friends used to work at Quiznos. He said that they would get crazy like that too, especially when there's hardly any customers coming in. They would just be messing around.
Well, I think I'm going to stop for now. It's a little bit after midnight here. Want to get some sleep.
No, you're allowed to because Dillard mentioned the time when he was on Vic's stream. So that rule has been thrown clean out the window by Dillard. Now we're allowed to say what time it is before we leave.
Oh, Dylan will say it doesn't matter that he did it over there.
Did he say that yet in the chat?
No. I'm just saying.
It says, I will beat the crap out of someone like a guy if needed. I am nowhere near a daint. Well, yeah, you should defend yourself.
Yeah. So, anything you would like to promote?
Saturday on Rumble.
Yeah.
I will be doing another mashup. I don't know who yet. Last Saturday was
Marsupial
Gamer. It's on Twitter. In fact, he changed his Twitter profile pic to my artwork.
Cool.
And then the Saturday before that, I turned Cross Comics' own Rick Piper into a version of Choji from the Naruto series. And this Saturday, God willing, I'll do to another person. I may need Tim to send me a picture.
He's been.
Tim, have you had a face reveal yet?
Yeah, he's been showing his face a few times. I think he showed his face over on Euroshark yesterday.
Well, I could do Chris too from Hero Shack, but first I want to get rid of I want to do the Graven crew. I still need to do Metal too, and then Dillard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna laugh because I know that as soon as Dillard sees it on Twitter, he's gonna be like, "That doesn't look like me one bit." I'm waiting for that too. Think I would be a part of your series? Definitely, you're gonna fit in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So and also tomorrow I've got.
Go for it.
I was just gonna say tomorrow I've got High Noon, coloring a bit more of Snowdrift.
More Snowdrift.
And
always a good thing.
And anybody who hasn't, should go vote on the poll that we have over on the community tab. Let me grab that too. The link to that. Just so because. Let's see. Oh, one more. Oh, we got 17 votes. My Hero Academia is still winning. 59%. I should show everybody. Here, I'll put it in the. Oh, okay. Now we have to channel. Community.
Rebellious will probably be in a different clan, like a different village, because even I wouldn't be in the village with the Raven people. That's Dillard, Metal, Marsupial, and whoever else showed their face. Mallet.
What about me?
Well, I put you in Canada, remember? And
okay.
I crossed out the Canadian flag.
So I'm in my own clan.
I don't know. I don't know if you've ever claimed. They claim it.
No, I've never.
I've seen their chats where they're like Raven or Starfire.
No, I've never claimed it.
Rick editing himself into Power Rangers is still the best choice. Yes, I forgot about that. You're supposed to do this, aren't you, Rick? Didn't you take a poll for that?
Yeah, well, not myself, but my characters. But yeah, I was just about to show the poll here. As we can see, My Hero Academia is at 59%, He-Man's at 12%, Star Wars at 18%, and Power Rangers at 12%. So My Hero Academia looks like it's going to win. I've actually made up 3 of the backstories thus far. Actually,
You put the post up that My Hero is waiting out, and the eagle started crying on your chat. I'm not sure. I think you would. You and if I do put your own clan, I could put your the characters from your thing. I'll reveal more about it later on. I'm gonna do that ongoing on as long as I'm on Rick's show.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about it, come over on Saturday over to Rumble and listen through. I'm sure he'll talk about it. We'll probably talk about other stuff. I will be inking up Melvin number 3 on there.
Oh, look at Timothy. He's losing it. He's like, if that's weeb crap, we riot. It is. It's not super weeb. It's more like DBZ and stuff like that. Because when
And
I hear weeb, I think of waifus.
And actually, last Saturday, I read out the Canadian Shields bio for over there. So people could go listen to that 2.5 hour stream, and they might be able to think. And that'll be at 3 p.m.
The land of the rising sun.
That'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That we're going to be having that.
When is DD streaming?
Diller Jaws, who knows?
I don't know. Diller doesn't have a set schedule. You just have to sub to him and see when he pops up like that he's gonna stream, and then jump on. I missed a lot of his last ones because I go to bed. I try to go to bed early.
Bust out his own window and throws a torch inside. I'm not even sure what Timothy's talking about. Is he talking about the cross comic stuff for Weeb?
He's talking about the My Hero Academia winning out. And that's hilarious that won out because he doesn't like it. Ego doesn't care for it. But who voted for it? Mostly people that sub to you voted for it.
Yeah, I don't even know who voted for what. It doesn't tell me in behind anything about the votes. Who voted for what?
Why not Rebellious? You could be the head of the waifu clan. You could be in charge of all of the people's waifus. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Let's see.
Down with My Hero Academia.
My next poll. I was going to say my next poll is most likely going to be similar, but it's going to be.
I forgot what I voted. Be honest with you.
Eagle says he
voted Star Wars or He-Man.
Eagle says he voted Power Rangers. My next one's going to be between Transformers, TMNT, Smurfs, and I don't know what else. G.I. Joe. No, I got G.I. Joe in this one, don't I?
No, you don't have G.I. Joe in this one.
Okay, maybe in G.I. Joe. That's going to be my next poll.
Well, here's the thing. I think you needed to stay within the same sort of genre. You could have gone like He-Man, G.I. Joe, like Transformers or something like that. In other words, stay in the 80s theme. Yeah. Power Rangers, you could have gone with all the 90s things. Because My Hero would be like, anime. Unless you could have just said the type of art style. But I guess, either way, My Hero Academia won. So I don't even remember if I voted for that or not.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, technically, it hasn't won yet. I haven't done the videos yet, but I might call it. I'll probably call it on Monday or whatever. Like I said, I do have 3 of the backstories written. I'm gonna write it. So I did 3 heroes, and I want to write a backstory for a villain in my universe. So you won't get all. Thing, it could come at some point if people like this enough and it gets enough traction. Maybe I'll come back to My Hero Academia and do more cross comics characters in that, or if we get one of these other ones some other time.
Well, the masters have spoken. You have to do the My Hero now.
Yeah. Transformers are right. Well, you'll have to make sure the votes do that. Like I said, right now, the votes. I'll say till Monday to have it changed. That's, I guess, when I'll call it Monday at high noon. Elric said, Eagle says, I think Elric and Joshua voted for My Hero Academia with all their alts. Elric doesn't have any alts, but Joshua.
Here's the thing. You have 695 subs. Not a lot of them, they don't always watch. But the community posts are just like Twitter posts. They could just be looking through them and be like, oh, which one do I like the most? And not even bother with reading the comment and just, boom, pick My Hero.
Yeah.
I think this is a lesson in watch what you put up there.
Well, I don't mind. There was all things that I wouldn't mind trying to figure out how to fit my characters into their universe. Eagle says Elric has a couple alts. I don't think so. We know you do, Eagle. Maybe you're confusing yourself with Elric.
Maybe Eagle is Elric. You ever thought of that?
I guess it's possible. He is highly focused on one thing. Elric's highly focused on anime. Eagle's highly focused on pulp. But, yeah, so...
Phone me once. It's alt accounts. You do troll or you do have alt accounts, Rebellious? Ah. So Rebellious be spying on us.
Good. But, yeah, so, like I said, you have by Monday to try and, get something else above My Hero Academia. It's going to be hard. I'll admit that.
It's not hot.
10 votes for one thing would probably do it. Did she even vote is the first question, Eagle.
History voted for My Hero Academia.
I think Dillard did Power Rangers. Eventually, I think I'm going to end up...
He's an IT man. I think I don't know if he did Power Rangers or Star Wars. H3 says I did Crossy comments, remember? Timothy Olsen says I figured it out. Rick is in league with the Russians.
Eventually, I'd like to do, actually, my characters in all of these.
Eagle says no, we just have to pressure the others to change their votes, Rick. I need a wrench.
I don't think you can change your vote. Heck, I can't even vote in these. At least I can't vote for them under my one account. But yeah, eventually I'd like to probably do them all. I just don't know when. You can, I tried. Oh, okay, well.
Eagle says refresh. Star Wars should be 24%.
Oh, okay. Oh, he took us away from Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. By Monday, everything's changed. I still have to do Star Wars. Really messed me up. I have to redo all my character stuff for it. Start writing the Star Wars profile, like I've got My Hero Academia written. Don't make me be like the MSNBC and follow a jury butt. I'm back with Power Rangers. Dumb opinion.
You can't change it. I
Yeah.
tried to.
For some reason, he can't. He changed it to Star Wars and then changed it back.
By the way,
Hey,
I actually
Lawrence.
voted My Hero Academia. Even my son behind me says ew.
Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Lorenzo, did you vote on the poll? I just wanted to use that reference because I heard about it today. Don't make me be. Lorenzo voted Power Rangers. Lorenzo, vote Power Rangers. I'm just going to find out.
Yes, Timothy, I heard about it. That's why they were kicked out of the court. They are no longer allowed to be in the court reporting on it.
Polls are for human ladies to dance. Not that sort of poll. No pole dancing here. But I was about to end before I got into all this poll stuff.
Hey, it went up. How did it go to 59? And Star Wars went down to 18 again.
Because Eagle changed his vote back.
Wow.
Actually, the My Hero Academia should have stayed at 59. It was just Power Rangers and Star Wars that changed. We'll do one. So we're gonna, although people can vote on it afterwards, but we're gonna keep this open till Monday, and Monday at high noon we'll call it. I will probably have my fourth thing written, and you guys will probably mess with it. Is the Cross Comics Warriors 1.2 an inactive group? Pretty much, Lorenzo. You can put stuff, if you still want to put stuff in there for free. I'm not sure how much people check it or not. And Timothy says, that is the pole position. Video game reference. Nailed it.
No, I don't think he does, Rebellious. But Timothy should. He should start making content on YouTube or somewhere.
Not really. I have made one new group lately. And that's just for give the artists a heads up for Saturdays, for the Saturday draw along over on Rumble. But ultimately, what I made most of my groups for was to put a link in for people to come on to my show, whether it was through one of the different venues, StreamYards, Meets, Hangouts, and since I'm not using that, and anybody can basically come on just through Discord, I haven't been using them. Oh, you don't have an After Dark DM. No, if you want to come on, all you have to do is go on into Discord and go into the on air section on the Discord, Lorenzo. That's where I bring everybody on now, just through that. Except on Saturdays, it's through the Saturday Draw Along channel, which you wouldn't be able to see anyways.
Why wouldn't he be able to see it?
Because I've just made it's only visible to those that can go in it. It's restricted to those who can see it or who have access to it. Okay, I actually prefer Discord in some ways over Twitter. Yeah, you're in my Discord, I believe, Lorenzo. So all you have to do is go down the side. It's right near the bottom under voice channels. It's just, now it's anybody practically in my chat can. It's a secret group for Master Freemasons. But yeah, anybody in my chat can basically come on. They just gotta, get in my Discord and all that. And
you have to do the magic. You have to do the secret handshake, and have the signet ring, and the compass, and then it still has to vet you because it only takes the best Freemasons. I mean subscribers, and then you'll be let on.
And the great thing is, if anybody comes on causing trouble, I can just kick them from my Discord. We have to have a fancy handshake, apparently, for the artist group. No fancy handshake, just you have to be linked to it. When Chris first came on and linked my Discord, he didn't see it. I had to get it, so he was put in, and then he saw it. He was like, woof, woof. Whoa, that's by magic!
Rick, do you know that Eagle is the only one in here without a wrench?
Yes.
Yeah. Except for the new people, but from all the regulars, Eagle's the only unwrenched person. I mean, technically, who's he gonna time out if we're all blue wrenched?
Somebody knew? Somebody knew. Oh, you've had a wrench before, Eagle. Several times, and I've used it.
No, I've never seen Eagle with a wrench.
Yeah, he has had it.
I said I'd never seen it. I didn't say he hadn't.
Hiram Abiff was hoodwinked. Okay. If you say so, Lorenzo. Rick remembers the old Eagle and his love for... Hello. This ain't no place from here. What? Hey, John.
That's a good song. I love the heavy.
I like that one song they did.
You don't like the other
I don't
one?
like anything else they did.
You don't like how do you like me now? That's a good song.
And now I don't like that song. I've heard it. I don't like it.
Dillard had his wrench taken for timing me out the last time. That's why he doesn't have a blue
that
wrench.
is correct.
Oh, because Pastry asked Dillard don't have a wrench either.
That was Dillard coming on playing
Sounds
music.
more like a statement than an ask.
It's Dillard talking, Timothy.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
So, what's going on?
Not much, just hanging. I was almost about to get off air, but stay on for a few more minutes.
All right, I'll see you later then.
No.
Pastry wants to know when you are streaming, Dillard.
Why?
So she can come watch.
Obviously, because Pastry wants to watch you stream.
So she can fill up my chat with a bunch of homosexual propaganda?
I would have no clue.
That is for Pastry to answer.
Well, that's what I'm waiting on.
If she's still here. Oh, hey Dillard, when are you streaming? Timothy's who? Willard?
Wait, are you actively participating in the conversation, but also not reading the chat?
No, I am.
That's a question for you, Rick, in case you were wondering.
And
Oh,
now,
in that case, November 20th, Saturday, November 20th.
ooh,
Probably around 7 o'clock Eastern.
cool.
Wow, what is that your time? Like in the afternoon?
Yeah, 4 in the afternoon.
So that's like 2 days from now?
Oh, God, I said the date and everything. I got to clarify?
November 20th, Saturday.
Hey,
I gave the day. I gave the date. I gave the time. God damn. I gotta clarify.
Hey, yes, you have to clarify for the chat.
Okay. Saturday, November 20th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
6 o'clock p.m. Central.
Timothy says, so be there and be square. And then he says, what the hell, Rick?
What? Ooh, I'm getting messages.
Eagle's crying for his wrench and then playing the sad violin song and vomiting. Dillard is talking about the next time that he will stream. It has to be a big event since he doesn't stream very often anymore.
It's a whole gala. Lorenzo says, sub to Dillard Straws.
Is Big still alive right now?
Probably.
Oh, I just got a message from Neo Valen. You remember Neo Valentine?
Yeah.
That's a name I haven't heard in forever.
He just sent me he got one of the commissions that I did for him colored. It looks pretty good. That's it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let me go pull it up. It came on my phone. I'm gonna go find it on. Where did he send this to me on? Oh, it's in Discord, direct message.
He says, I stream every Monday, Dillard Draws, because I care about my fans.
Cool.
And everybody says, squares have straight lines, Tim, and I am not straight.
I stream November 20th, Saturday, at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, because I care about my fans.
And I care about some of my fans.
Huh?
Oh, That was my interpretation.
Timothy then says, "Well,
Well,
then you can
I'm
watch
not a
his-
woman. I don't say what I don't mean.
his shows for squares. Dillard draws never stream, so
I
now
was,
the
I was
cheat.
about to put a big old comment on Vic's stream when we were both going back and forth. And then I read your comment says, "Are you really sketch therapy?" And I'm like, I erased it. Like,
How do I go to direct messages on Discord?
Right at the top, there should be the Discord symbol in a circle on your right next to everything, all the channels that you're.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah, Timothy says, "Oh no, the LSD is free. I saw 3 Dillards and 3 sketchbooks. I can't find my sketchbook 360. It's 340, not 360.
I know.
Lorenzo, it's my sketchbook 340.
How do you put a link in the chat?
Just put it in. You have a thing, right?
Yes.
Should be able to just put it in.
Okay, now now that I have it pulled up and in my other thing, I will put it in this thing. Share screen, window, clip, share. There you go.
Oh, there we go. He says, "Sorry, still can't find it."
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's listed is what it is, but you can't find it by just searching.
But there is. He got colored. It looks good. Who's it supposed to be? Do you remember?
No, he didn't even give me a name. It was just one of his characters that got in the distance, in the far distance in the back, you can kind of see like a shipwreck happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this guy is like the lone survivor of. He got attacked by pirates. He's like a fancy lad or something. I don't know.
So it's like Robinson.
And then remember this little crab I was drawing? The little crab that was rubbing his hands together and making electricity?
Oh, that is definitely good. How long ago did you get this done? Or did you do this?
Oh, I did this about 2 years ago. He got it recently colored, I think, within the last day or so.
Cool.
Because I was actually on my art station. My wife sent me a text because somebody at her work knew that I did illustrations and they wanted to do a book. So she was asking me for where she can show my work, and I gave her my art station link.
Yeah.
And I went to my art station to go see what was on there, and I couldn't get in. Like, I was locked out, right? Like, I was like, because of my email garbage. So to just look up my name, I typed in Dillard and hit search, and then this popped up, and I was like, I remember drawing this. This is colored. And then there was a guy that was like, I just finished coloring this artwork, original art by Dillard draws, and I was like, oh crap. So I gave him a like and a share, and so he just sent it to me right now. Like, that message you just heard was him sending this to me,
Cool.
telling me, hey, I got this color, but I had saw it earlier in the day.
Lorenzo, that's not a lobster. That's a crab. She says lobsters are full of schemes and scams. Rubbing his hands together scheming. Eagle says he thought it was shipwreck. I thought it was a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, it's a little. Some of the choices are not like perfect, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there's smoke coming off of it. I think it's just with the bright sun right so close to it. I think gets a little confusing. or can.
Well, let me go to the art station. I don't even think I have this
So
anymore.
you're
Like this image saved. I'm sorry.
no, I got it.
I'm looking at it from my phone. Says Eagle. I guess that's why he can tell. And Lorenzo says, "Damn crabs and their nuclear bombs. That's why they're so crabby all the time."
Okay, I'm gonna share my entire screen now because this is on ArtStation. Okay, so you go to ArtStation. I typed in Dillard, right? And then I went and started searching down for my profile, which is when I saw this right here. And I was like, oh, there's that picture that I did a long time ago. I wonder what's going on. So I clicked on it, and this was the original black and white.
There's no sun
So
even
there,
there.
No, there's a sun there.
Oh yeah, just barely.
Just a vague outline. Because this was drawn traditionally by hand. But this actually wasn't even on 11 by 17. It was a little bit smaller, so I had to be a little more careful with where I put stuff.
No, not tonight, Rebellious. On Saturday. Timothy says he blew up the ship's toilet.
Okay.
And Sketchbook says, Lorenzon, if you're on Twitter, I'll tweet it to you later. I have no video or YouTube.
Isn't Sketchbook in the room with us right now?
Yes, but you guys are talking, and I don't want to talk over you.
So it's not an active channel.
So you'll wait till Rick talks over both of us to read what you're typing?
Well, no, you were talking. That's why I'm like, I'll let him keep going because he's explaining. Then Rick stopped you.
Go ahead, Rick. You were reading?
Well, I have read it. And, well, Sketchbook has responded with a couple links. And Lorenzo has subscribed to my Sketchbook.
So apparently this guy is named Richard Keogh. Maybe that's the name of the character. Oh no, or I don't know. It says created by Neil Valentine, Pencils, Inks, John Dillard. I don't know. I followed this guy though. WEM7 Comic Colors.
Cool.
Some of his stuff, he looks like he's just starting out. Like if you go to his page, he only has a couple of things on there. Like if you go to, he has like 6 sequential pages, 6 cover pinups, 2 videos. So if you go to like pinups, there's one that I actually like here. This one. This one's kind of cool. He did the colors on this.
Cool.
I was gonna say his rim light and his lighting effects are on point.
Yeah, they're not bad.
I like how he actually lets the color saturate most of the panel itself.
What is that, Bishop holding a cat?
Yeah, looks that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I just thought I would show that.
What about there's some screenshots there?
That Bishop looks like the lead singer of Bronco, that Mexican group.
So here's some sequential pages.
Looks good.
I think so. Well, there we go.
Good. Pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think of that guy's art? His coloring of John's artwork and his other stuff that John showed off.
All right, guys. My kids have school in the morning, and they're up way past their bedtime.
Okay, we'll catch you
What you guys
later.
do.
Yeah,
Good night to everybody in the chat. Night, Dillard.
I probably should get to bed too.
Good night.
Anything you want to promote, John?
Yeah, you should.
John took off.
Yeah.
Before you. Okay, catch everybody later. God bless. Electric Crab Eagles got a thumbs up. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great, wonderful day. Whatever. And catch me on High Noon tomorrow. Noon. Bye. God bless. Love you. Tim said